Hi, my name is Luka Magnotta is my last name, Magnotta.
Police in Canada could not immediately confirm if the body parts were that of Mr. Lynn, whose hand and foot were mailed to top Canadian political party headquarters in the capital, Ottawa. They are also examining the footage which Magnotta posted on the internet as he filmed the dismembering.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Hey, what's up? Welcome to my channel. So by the time this is posted, Netflix will have just released a 3-part docuseries called Don't F with Cats about this piece of crap, Luka Magnotta. In case you don't have time to watch the documentary or you just want more information, I'm going to condense everything into one YouTube video, so wish me luck. Luka Magnotta was born Erik Newman on July 24th, 1982 in Scarborough, Ontario, to his mother Anna and father Donald. Luka is not the name he was born with, but it's the name he's known for, and I'm just going to use Luka for this video to avoid any confusion. So Luka didn't have the easiest of childhoods. His father was a paranoid schizophrenic, so he heard voices and all kinds of things. His mother was a neat freak, but like to the next level, like kind of OCD. His mom dropped out of school in the 9th grade, but she still decided to homeschool Luka and his siblings till they were in 6th grade. She supposedly made Luka wear diapers until he was 6 or 7. She would lock the kids out of the house and freeze their pet rabbits. When Luka was 13, his parents divorced and he was sent to live with his grandmother, Phyllis. Phyllis was not the typical sweet grandma. She, along with Luka's brother, Conrad, made fun of his effeminate tendencies really bad. They would call him gay slurs, and they were just really nasty to him. As far as school, the people who actually went to school with Luka don't even remember him being there. He didn't really stand out in any kind of way, but according to Luka, he was ostracized and he had problems paying attention, and he just decided that school wasn't for him and he dropped out in the 11th grade. So yeah, Luka had a rough childhood.
Somebody call the ambulance.
At about 18, Luka started showing up at local crisis centers claiming that he was hearing voices. He would later be diagnosed with schizophrenia. One time he tried to overdose himself on his medication. Unfortunately, he was not successful. At one point, Luka lived in a group home for people with mental illness, but he said that the other people in the home were jealous of him, and he told the doctors there that he was going to be a star. So eventually Luka left the group home, but he was in and out of hospitals for his whole life pretty much. In 2003, Luka started appearing in a few adult films. He also worked as a stripper and as a high-end male escort.
So what's it been like for you becoming an escort? Do you enjoy your work?
Yeah, I really do enjoy my work. I get to meet new people and all the time, and I'm a people person, and it just worked out great for me.
In 2005, Luka was charged with fraud, and this is due to him befriending a woman from the internet. She was 21 years old, but she had the mental capacity of an 8-year-old. And he basically racked up over $10,000 in debt on her credit card. So yeah, signs that he's a piece of crap have started to emerge. It was also alleged that Luka sexually assaulted the woman, but for whatever reason, the Crown, which is like the prosecution in Canada, decided not to go through with those charges.
Now, looking back, Scully is unsettled by that decision.
Had he been convicted of that, what impact would that have on his life?
Huge.
How so?
Well, he would have been on the sexual offender monitoring, which means he has to report to officers supervising him, and probably for life.
So the decision not to pursue those charges changed his life immeasurably.
Immeasurably, with huge ramifications to our society eventually.
Everything could have been avoided if they had just charged him. When Luka was sentenced on the fraud charges, the judge actually told him, "You have a medical problem. You need to always take your medication. If you do not, your life will get messed up." So Luka had to pay a bunch of fines and filed for bankruptcy. In 2006, Erik Newman officially changed his name to Luka Magnotta. It was after the name change that Luka really begun to start seeking fame, and he started to do that by auditioning for reality TV, of course. He interviewed for a show called Plastic Makes Perfect.
I've had cosmetic surgeries done in the past, so I'm pretty used to them. And
what have you had done in the past?
I've had my eyes done here because I used to have dark circles underneath my eyes, and it was completely making me look like I was tired all the time. I've had my nose done. I've had 2 hair transplants, like I said before. And I'm planning on doing muscle implants in my pecs and my arms. So that just remains to be seen, but because that's pretty...
You think you're a bit of an addict?
Yeah, my name's Luka, and I'm a cosmetic surgery addict.
How important are your looks to you?
Oh my God, if that's number one. Okay, number one is looks. Number 2 would have to be intelligence. And I don't know what the rest are. all I care about is number 1, basically. All I do is care about how I look.
The woman who interviewed Luka in that clip would later go on to say that Luka really creeped her out. He kept looking at her for a reaction, and it seemed like he was just trying to say whatever it took to get on the TV show. And that would be a common theme for every show he auditioned for. People would say, you know, that he would just say anything to get on the show. He also auditioned for a show called Cover Guy.
How are you today? Good, how are you?
Cover Guy. So
Thank
right
you.
away, you know this is underwear competition. I'm going to ask you to, is this row? Take off your shirt right away.
All right, definitely.
John, how come like his voice is lower, yours went lower?
I know.
I have a very deep voice. A lot of people tell me that, actually.
Yeah, you have a good speaking voice.
So how do you get your voice so deep?
How do I get my voice so deep? Practice makes perfect, right?
I think for this competition, you got to be a little bit built up, you know? Like I think.
I have no problem gaining weight. Like I can gain weight if I need to gain weight.
I'm actually thinking more muscle definition. I think you do have a very nice lean.
That could happen really quickly. I can gain weight really quickly. A lot of people tell me I'm really devastatingly good looking, so.
I just don't think he's beefy enough for Cover Guy. I don't think you have the musculature yet.
I definitely can gain weight.
Yeah, I know you say you can gain weight.
But you don't think I can.
How much weight can you gain in 2 weeks?
I can gain muscle. Everybody can do it. You know, I can gain muscle. I can work out. I'm very determined. And every goal that I put my mind to, I surpass.
In 2006, Luka also began one of his first relationships with a transgender woman named Barbie.
It's funny because the first thing I said was, I hope you're not going to murder me or kill me, as a joke. The most weirdest relationships that I've had, to be honest. But don't get me wrong, he was a nice guy. He was very sweet and very romantic. Like, he took me out to Captain John's on our first date. He picked me up with a limo. So I knew he had some sort of fascination with serial killers. So I didn't say anything, but I had a feeling, you know, like a premonition. Like
Barbie would say that it was all about Luka in the relationship. He would always beg her to take pictures of him, and he never wanted intimacy. She would beg him for it, but he would say no, it's off limits. And he wouldn't talk about his past with her at all either. Barbie and Luka broke up after about 5 months. In 2007, Luka took some more desperate measures to gain fame. He started a rumor that he was dating Karla Homolka, the Canadian serial killer who was at the time just released from prison. He used all these fake screen names to create that rumor online. He made a YouTube video to make it seem like they had a life together. And then he went to a tabloid called The Sun to deny the rumors that he created.
My career is kind of going downhill, basically, these days, to be honest with you.
And it's all because of this whole rumor of you dating Karla Homolka. This is the thing that's...
The rumors destroyed my life, basically, and I've been receiving death threats. My address is posted, that's why I had to move. I want my Pomeranian back. It was taken out of my SUV. I'm about to have a nervous breakdown here. My reputation is completely ruined. I just want everybody to set the record straight that me and her have absolutely no connection. I go in to see casting directors, I go in to see agents, you know, they know who I am, you know, it's all over everywhere.
So it seemed like Luka had tried almost everything to become a celebrity and none of it was working. So he decided to be a fake celebrity, for lack of a better word. He created like 70 Facebook profiles, and they all had their own pictures, their own music taste and personalities, but they were all huge Luka Magnotta fans, and they all liked the Luka Magnotta fan page. He would write things like, Luka is the Prince of Canada, he is like a god here. So he got into debates with himself on his fake accounts. Like, he would say something bad about himself on one of his fake accounts, then he would use a different account pretending to be a fan, you know, coming to his defense. He was really good at Photoshop as well. He did a lot of things to make it seem like his life was a lot more luxurious than it really was. He photoshopped himself in fancy cars. He photoshopped pictures to make it look like he was in Miami, Los Angeles, New York, Paris, Russia. He started rumors that he was arrested for trying to invade Area 51 and that he was cousins with River Phoenix. On Christmas Eve of 2010, a video called One Boy, Two Kittens started to make the rounds on the internet. The video was of Luka, although he was wearing a hoodie, so you couldn't see it was him. Basically, without getting too graphic, he tortured and killed 2 really adorable kittens. He did really disgusting things with the kittens' bodies afterwards. I don't want to go into it or I'll cry on camera. 24 hours after the One Boy, Two Kittens video was posted, a US soldier named Ryan Boyle created a Facebook group called Find the Vacuum Kitten Killer for Great Justice. And immediately, thousands of people from around the world joined the group, and they were all just working really hard to try to identify who the person in this video was. So Luka was getting a lot of attention for this, which he liked, but he was still anonymous, so it wasn't really enough for him. So Luka posted a message in the group himself. It said, "The man you're looking for is Luka Magnotta. He was born in Russia and has lived in many different countries. He currently lives in LA. The apartment that the video was filmed in is in West Hollywood." Meanwhile, Luka was really enjoying the attention he was getting from this group, and he decided to torment them a bit more by posting 2 more videos of him torturing and killing kittens. In one of the videos, Luka dubbed a Russian soap opera to try to make the group think that he was in Russia. But the people in this group were really smart. They acted like real detectives. And I think this is what the Netflix documentary is going to focus on. So check that out. But yeah, they found out who he was and they told the police, but the police didn't give a shit about cats on the internet. Luka then went to the tabloid The Sun once again to deny the rumors that he was the kitten killer.
You can pretend to be someone you're not on the internet.
People frame me, so isn't that logical to try to defend myself? Think about that.
But they're not.
But that doesn't make sense.
They're not pretending to be someone they're not.
You're not answering.
But they're not pretending to be someone they're not.
Well, they're pretending to be me.
People are pretending to be you.
Isn't that obvious?
2 days later, the Sun received this email, believed to be from Magnotta. It's fun watching people work so hard gathering all the evidence and then not being able to name me or catch me. You see, I always win. I always hold the trump card, and I will continue to make more movies. Next time you hear from me, it will be in a movie I'm producing that will have some humans in it, not just...
So let's fast forward to 2012. This 33-year-old man named Zhen Lin lived in a small town in China, and he went over to Canada to get a degree in engineering. He already had a similar degree in China, but he really wanted one over there, and his parents were so proud of him. In Chinese culture, the son is everything. They end up taking care of the parents, so they were just really proud of him. And at university, he made tons of friends really quick. He was always smiling, always laughing. He was pretty much the opposite of Luka. On May 24th of 2012, Zhen Lin entered Luka Magnotta's apartment. The next day, Luka posted another video called "One Lunatic, One Icepick." The video had Zhen Lin tied to a bed, and the title pretty much says it all. People immediately began calling the police, the FBI, Interpol. Authorities said the video is fake, stop calling us pretty much. That was until a janitor who worked at Luka's apartment complex.
We're trying to clean out a locker here. I noticed that there was a suitcase right over here.
It looked like a brand new suitcase. So I said, maybe I'll take the suitcase. Which, thank goodness I didn't.
And I went to get a neighbor and I said, let's take a look at this suitcase because it smells terrible. And we noticed there was maggots coming out of it. We opened it, there was the body with no head.
And this morning, apartment 208, which is adjacent to mine, there was an overwhelming smelled like rotten meat. And there were policemen all over the place.
The apartment was pretty much empty. They would find surveillance footage of Luka throwing stuff away. Closet, there was a note written in red. It said, "If you don't like the reflection, don't look in the mirror. I don't care." Luka was long gone, and police actually discovered that he caught a flight to Paris shortly after the killing. So an international manhunt for Luka began. Meanwhile, Zhen Lin's body parts started getting delivered.
Canadian police have confirmed they have found a human hand and foot at 2 Vancouver schools believed to be linked to the murder and dismembering of the Chinese student Zhen Lin by the Canadian porn star Luka Magnotta. Police in Canada could not immediately confirm if the body parts were that of Mr. Lin, whose hand and foot were mailed to top Canadian political party headquarters in the capital, Ottawa.
Eventually, though, he was captured at an internet cafe in Berlin, Germany, where he was reading news articles about himself. Of course. Luka was extradited back to Canada on June 18th, and he told the police that he did kill Zhen Lin but he said he did so because he thought that Junlin worked for the government and that the government was spying on him, and that's why he sent the body parts to those political places. He was basically starting his defense for insanity. To be considered insane, you have to not understand what you're doing at the time of the crime. So a jury found him guilty of everything, and a judge gave him the maximum sentence that is allowed in Canada, which is life with the possibility of parole in 25 years.
Luka was imprisoned at an Archambault institution in Quebec, Canada, before being moved to the Port-Cartier Prison. He was quoted as saying that he loves being in prison and it feels just like a university setting for him. Magnotta, as a friend, had sent him a lot of money. For dental work, the friend deposited $1,200 in his prison account. The friend claims to have given Magnotta more than $5,000 for his many needs. There's a Luka Magnotta Facebook page and groups around the world that often correspond with and meet with him. Luka is allowed to eat what he wants. He can also wear casual clothes. His door is open most of the time, so he wanders about. He also told his friend that his son tans outside some days. Other favorite pastimes for him includes learning French, playing sports, and using the gym in the prison. Luka Magnotta also found love inside prison and got married in 2017.
Alright, that's enough. This story really just disgusts me on so many different levels.
I'm gonna go and erase this story from my brain, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.